Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got some evil stuff going on, and yeah, I got some weird news. It's not bad. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. So I've been driving the Evo around, and I've been loving every second of the 500 and plus horsepower car that I got here. And yeah, so I had some issues the last couple days with the car, and nothing super duper crazy. Nothing that I couldn't fix in, like, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes or something like that. You know what I mean? So nothing too crazy, but I did just notice, we'll go to the front here. We'll wheel our way to the front. Let me pop the hood here. So as you guys, so some of you guys might know, I've been fighting oil issues for a while now with this car, and it's not really like it's horrible, but like a drip here, drip there, really upsets me. So like I get really upset. But I think I figured out what is going on. I fixed one or two out of the 3 or 4 things that could have been possibly wrong with the car. And today I'm going to show you exactly like what I've come up with. So the first of all, the easiest way to say this is I love AMS stuff. Love AMS stuff to death, and I think they're really good stuff. As you can tell from my engine bay, AMS, you know, turbo kit, AMS intake, AMS, piping, AMS, intake manifold, AMS, AMS front mount. I'm a big AMS fan, and I have an AMS, like, you know, it's like a strut tower brace or whatever in the back. I love AMS stuff. But yeah, so when I bought my AMS intake manifold, there was no mention of anything about like gaskets on the engine itself or anything like that. But you'd assume that it would it would come with extra gaskets and stuff like that. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. Let me pull. I'm not gonna pull the motor out, but I'm gonna just I'm gonna try to show you. So give me 1 second. Okay, this is my spare 2.3 liter stroker that I do have to take to Carl to have him looked at, make sure everything is solid with it. But yeah, all right. So when I say that the intake manifold comes out here, and then there's a crazy dipstick, and it goes here, right? So the OEM dipstick has a crazy gasket on it, and I've never had any issues with it. But with the AMS one, it's a stainless steel kind of pipe thing, and it's weird because the way that the stock engine sits, there's like almost like a V groove in it. It's very weird. But the AMS dipstick, I've been fighting a leak back there for a long time, and then I figured out it was coming from the dipstick. So what I did was I pulled it all out because like I didn't film it just because I didn't know it was gonna work. But I pulled out the dipstick and I put, oh God, I don't even know how many gaskets on it. I put like little O-rings on there. So, and then I pressed it down and I put a copper washer over top of that to kind of cover up the hole. Thankfully, like I have 2 spare engines over here in the corner that I can actually, what do you want to call that? I can test my theory. So what happens was the top of the, I don't know what you want to call that, the dipstick, is supposed to sit not flush, but it's supposed to sit over and like create a seal, and it doesn't really create a seal. So anytime you're in boost, all the crankshaft pressure, it just pushes it out. It just pushes out any kind of oil, and it gets everywhere back there. It's almost ridiculous, which kind of sucks. And but it is what it is. I pulled it out, put a bunch of gaskets on it, put a copper washer over top of those, so to keep the oil, splashing, push up or whatever, blow out to a minimum. And I think I solved my issue. So that was problem number 1. Problem number 2, out of probably 4 now, was the dipstick itself. So, all right, what I did here was the intake manifold itself is I need to hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get a flashlight. Okay, so like I was saying, So since this is a stainless steel piece and not like a crappy, you know, like OEM one, so an OEM one, you can just stick some like vice grips or something like that, and you can pinch the top of it and keep it from coming out. With stainless steel, like, it's a lot harder, it's a lot better of a metal, and AMS just uses top quality stuff, so like you can't really do that. So what I did was I put a couple springs, and down at the bottom here is the bolt where it is actually bolted up to the intake manifold right here. So what I did was I actually put 2 springs. They're like not crazy springs or anything like that, and then I tied them to the back here, and then I screwed that piece in so that the dipstick itself doesn't pop out, just because. So I fixed the one problem down there, and then this thing just kept popping up. It was almost ridiculous. So that fixed that problem. So no more oil, well, to some degree. There's no oil in the back of the motor just yet. I really took a crazy spirited drive on you know, today. So yeah, that was issue number 2. Issue number 3 that I was having with oil problems was around the cam angle sensor. So as you can tell, like all of my gaskets, like I bought a brand new gasket for here, and inside of here, it is like siliconed and stuff like that. So that was my fix for this one, and I think that's problem number 3. Now problem number 4 is a lot more invasive, and I am not really happy about it. Not happy about it at all. So I just took another, like I said before, I just took a drive, and I'm gonna pull this bad boy out. This is I keep a mat underneath my car just to show me where the oil leaks are. All right, so as you can tell, I had this outside, so that's why that's there, but this is the current one, you know, since I've been inside. So this is the current one here. Really makes me mad. So there's really nothing, like I said before, this is an older one when I was outside just now, but that one's a newer one. It hasn't soaked in yet, so that's the fresh one. So if you can tell the position of where it's at, all right, I keep this just like that. So as you can tell, it is right underneath the transmission. What do you think that I need to do? So, all right, for those of you who have no idea what I'm about to say, it is really not for the faint of heart. So the motor I just built it, and well, I had Carl build it, and I just put it all together, and it came out fantastic. I love this engine. I love everything about it. Everything works good, great, everything. But since I've had the car back on the road, I've noticed that I've always had high RPM shifting issues, but I never really could diagnose it really well just because the car was never tuned. So now that the car is tuned, I can actually figure out what in the world is going on with my high RPM shifting. So like I said before, I don't know, if I had to guess, I probably shifted at high RPM before my tune, maybe twice. Just because when I had the car tuned by Carl, gave me a base tune for like 17 or 18 PSI, something like that. No crazy timing so that I wouldn't blow the car up, you know, just so I can drive it. But he told me to drive it. But knowing me, my luck with this car, something always goes wrong. And it's no different right now. So as it sits right now, it looks like the high RPM shifting problem that I'm seeing, I don't think it's really to do with the clutch. I honestly think it's got something to do with the rear main seal. So for those of you guys that don't know, the rear main seal is a seal that goes around the crankshaft that prevents oil from coming out into the transmission and allowing the transmission to get all oily inside. So you guys see where I'm going with this? That spot there, right underneath the transmission. All right, not really happy with it. So to demonstrate where that is, it is right here. It's literally right up against the block and the transmission. So I'm gonna roll over here and I'm gonna show you exactly where that is. If you have not noticed, I have a cherry picker and I don't have a motor on it. The STI is on the stand again just because I'm waiting for flywheel bolts. It sucks. But anyway, all right. See this part here? Now this would be the front of the engine. This would be the front of the engine. My cooling stuff is on this side, and this right here is the crankshaft, and here is the seal itself. So I'm like 98.8% sure that I replaced that, but obviously something is going wrong, or I didn't replace it like with a good one. Either or, I don't exactly know which it could be. But there's absolutely no way, shape, or form that I'm going to be opening this bad boy back up and not putting some type of newer kind of clutch in it. I like my competition, so I might just put something that's equivalent to that back in it. So I'm not really happy about it, but I can drive the car, I can boost the car. I just cannot like drive the shit out of it like I usually would, you know, like banging gears and stuff like that. It's definitely not a Honda, but I can still bang gears in this thing. Like it is still a really fast car, and I can get it moving really nice. But I do think that oil on the clutch or like something is preventing all of this from happening. So it really does suck, it really does. But like again, this is my baby, so I will take care of it, just like the GTR. The GTR will be the next on the list as soon as I get the STI going. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video. Well, it's not quick, it's probably like 20 minutes long, I feel like. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a heads up on what is going on with the Evo. It's nothing detrimental, like it's not like the car blew up or anything like that. Like, knock on wood. So I'm still in good standings with everything like that. So I will be starting another video right after this one, and you know, we'll be working on the STI. So yeah, I don't know, it sucks, but Evo 8 problems, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like one of those deals. But if you like this video, hopefully it helped you in some type of way, shape, or form. I upload every 3 days, so give me a like. You know, think about subscribing. I do videos like this all the time. Well, not like this all the time, like where I'm strictly talking. But yeah, I'm going to be getting back to the STI, and I want to get that bad boy done, and so I can kind of move forward to doing other stuff. So, and I'm trying to do it before it starts snowing. Even though like I'm like sitting here sweating, I'm trying to do it before the winter time. So anyway, give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. I'll see you later. Deuces.